Oh God. It's Monday. Happy Monday. It is 3:30. I really thought I was gonna have a pretty low-key day today because grades had to be finalized for every other grade today, but my grades had to be finalized last week because 8th graders have to have grades finalized earlier so that the school secretary can start running GPA reports to figure out who's getting awards and who's not for promotion. And today was a minimum day, so we got out early to finalize grades, but again, my grades were finalized. So I honestly thought, like, you know, what am I gonna do to fill the time? Because I also have a meeting today at 6 o'clock. And so I just thought today was gonna be pretty easygoing, and I just was wrong. I was wrong. We had a basketball game today, staff versus students, that came out of nowhere. I don't recall being told about that, but that happened today. That was first and second period. And then just the rest of the day, I did have my kids watch the weekend wrap, do the quiz and the vocab activity, even though I can't put this grade in to go towards their current grade. But my 8th graders, a lot of them seem to think that, oh, well, for the next week and a half, we're just coming to school to hang out. Nothing should really be expected of us, and that's just not necessarily the case. So I told them, like, I'm open to giving you some time to relax and have free time because there's not a whole lot we can do, but at the same time, you have to earn that. And them doing well on their weekend wrap quiz and vocab activity was what they had to do. But they are definitely out of sorts. I had a student today tell me I was tripping, and that didn't go over well with me. He was joking, but I had to let him know, like, no, we're not at that point in the year, and we will never be at that point of the year where you're telling me that. So yeah. On top of that, I've had some emails from parents because they're in a panic about their child's grades. And I don't really, it's always, I don't know what the word is, baffling as to what a parent's expecting. Like, our grade books are public and open, and I'm just entering the grades that the students are earning, but I'm starting to think that some parents don't realize grades are actually mathematically calculated based on an accumulation of performance on assignments, and that it's not just this arbitrary grade that a teacher's giving based on, I don't know, you know, their impression of a student or the effort of a student, that it's actually based on their performance. So I had to deal with those emails today, which is always fun. And then I just finished putting or looking over the presentation that we're doing this evening. So myself, the current yearbook teacher who's passing on the torch to Taylor, and one of the administrators is having a parent information session for parents of students who have made it into either 8th grade leadership, which is the class that I'm in charge of, or yearbook, which is the class that Taylor will be in charge of next year. And so we'll be working together in that regard also, which is nice. And the goal for both classes is that we really do need the students that we accept into the programs and their parents to understand how serious these classes are, that these aren't just fun year-long electives where kids just show up and have fun. And, you know, like some parents I really think feel like it's like student council at the elementary level. When I taught 5th grade, we had like student council, and it was like a little introduction into student leadership, but it wasn't anything that was graded. It wasn't anything that was like heavy duty because the kids were like 4th and 5th graders. And so we need parents to understand, like, these are serious classes. They are graded based on assignments they have to complete, tasks, participation, etc. And it's a privilege to be in these classes. You have to apply to be in these classes. We only take, in each case, we had 100 applicants, and we only took the top 30. So there was about 40 kids who applied that didn't get into it. And it's a legitimate class. So we want to set the tone by having a parent information night before the school year starts and really setting out the expectations. So I've been working a lot with the current yearbook teacher and getting everything together. She made the slides and all of that. And so, a package in transit. And I don't know what I was saying. She made the slides. I had to add some things to it, but we've really divvied up the work. So this is what it looks like. This is such a cute presentation. I need to ask her where she got it from. So if you're curious, this is what we're gonna share. Class expectations, spirit days, and spirit wear. We're gonna have a summer building day and then Q&A. She'll go over slides that are blue, so she'll talk about yearbook, obviously, because she's the yearbook teacher. I will be talking about leadership. The class expectations are pretty much the same for both classes in terms of deadlines, grades, absences, dress code, social media, fighting, and vandalism. We're going to talk about classroom expectations based on district standards. And then I'm going to talk about spirit days and how important they are. This is a big part of their grade and leadership. It continues to be a struggle to get parents and students to understand this. The changes this year, we are going to, like, 50% of the days will be called blue and gold days because those are our school colors. So that's just like school spirit wear. And the other about 50% will be themed, like Disney Day, Vans versus Converse, and all of that. So, and then after that slide, we open it for questions and answers, and then we're done. So that happens at 6. It shouldn't take too long. And one of the things that I learned today in one of these email exchanges with classes like leadership, it's a great idea to keep, I ran out of memory again. It's a good idea to keep files of these things in case a parent questions anything that you're doing. You have documentation to show what you did and why you did it. So there's that. So an update there is that Taylor will be the yearbook teacher next year, and the 2-year-long electives, yearbook and leadership, will kind of work even more together than what we have in the past. The other thing, I actually recorded this on Saturday, and I was going to put it in the vlog that went up yesterday, and then I saw myself on camera and I said absolutely not. But another update is there was a period of time in this past month where I quite possibly was going to leave the classroom. So I had applied. It was a very last minute decision. I decided to apply on the day that the application was due. I applied for a professional development position within my district, and I really was on the fence about it. Like, I wasn't totally convinced that I would take the position if I was offered, because I just didn't feel totally ready to leave the classroom. And so the position opened. My initial thought was they're probably looking for like someone that specializes in math, science, because I know that the person that position was replacing, that is what she focused on, was math, science. And so I was kind of hesitant about that. So I asked around, and they said not necessarily. It just depends on the applicants and what strengths the applicants bring. So if you're strong in something else, you may be asked to cover that. So it's not necessarily just math and science. So after I heard that, I went ahead and applied. I interviewed. I was very nervous about the interview because I've interviewed before, but I've never interviewed for a non-classroom teaching position when it comes to education. And so I didn't know what the questions were going to be like, but I feel like I did well on the interview. So the interview was not last Wednesday, but the Wednesday before that. And on Thursday, I found out that I didn't get the position. I was very honored because the new superintendent that will be taking over next year actually tried to come and tell me that I didn't get the position in person, but I was gone on a field trip. And then she called me later that day and told me on the phone and said there were a handful of applicants that she wanted to actually talk to about why they didn't get the position, because, you know, she thought highly of them, and I happened to be one of those people. So that made me feel good. She said the interview itself was fine. I did fine there, but they actually did need elementary math, science, or a special ed teacher. Again, math and science wasn't really what I was looking for, and I was very honest in the interview at the end when they said, is there anything else you want to ask or anything you want us to know? I did say, math and science, I can teach it. Obviously, I've taught it at the elementary level, but it's not the subject matter that I'm super passionate about. That's not the subject matter that I get really excited about. I could read I-ready reports because that's also another area in PD that we have someone specialize in, but I'm not super passionate about looking at I-ready reports and dissecting those, like, in all the different ways that they can be dissected. So I said something along the lines, so if there are applicants who are passionate about those things and are qualified, then they certainly should get the position over me, because I would be okay. I'd be perfectly happy being in the classroom another year, which I am. So when I found out, I was disappointed, because of course you want to know that you got the job, but then at the same time, I wasn't, like, what they needed wasn't something that I really was looking to do, and I'm not currently teaching elementary school. So, and on top of that, I just felt unfinished. Like, even if it was in an area that I was passionate about, like social studies, history, language arts, I still don't know that I would have taken it, because I just feel so unfinished at this particular site, because I've only taught middle school in COVID. I've never had a normal middle school year, so there's things, especially with my leadership class, that I've never been able to do, because it's always been some variation. Like, my first year was my first year, so I didn't know what I was doing, and then school closed down early. Last year was crazy. I tried, but the kids weren't in it. And this year, everything was just kind of a late start, because we didn't know how much we'd be able to do. And when I left my first school, where I started vlogging from, when I left there, I was ready. I knew I was ready. I had been there for more than 10 years. I was very happy there, but there was no more growth for me to have there. So I had maxed out. When I left the last school I was at, the other elementary school, and came here, I was ready to go for a variety of reasons. And so in those two situations, there was never any question of, do you want to leave? Are you ready to move on? Whereas this, it was a constant, if you get the position, what are you going to do? Because you don't feel like you're done. So it just wasn't my time, and I'm good with it. I'm glad I went on the interview and got that experience. I'm glad the superintendent thought the interview went well, and she was very encouraging. She would like to see me explore other avenues outside of the classroom in the future, and that's something that I need to be thinking about. So yeah, I told you all that Saturday. I just didn't show it to you because I was looking a real hot mess. So it's 3:43 now. The meeting's in a couple hours. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do with my time. I don't know if I'm gonna be productive or not. But tomorrow I don't think I'll vlog too much, because we'll be going to Knott's. That I'm just tired thinking about it. We aren't supposed to get back here at school until 8 o'clock at night. So I just don't even know how that's gonna go. Yeah, so we'll see. And on top of that, I feel like I'm having an allergic reaction to, like, my eyeliner or my eye makeup. Like, my eyelids have been just itching. So it's been a challenging day for a variety of reasons, but that's the update. Latanya got a new car on accident. Taylor's gonna be teaching yearbook, and we're gonna be even tighter partners next year. And for a split second, I thought I was gonna maybe leave the classroom and do PD. And I might be allergic to my eyeliner and or eyeshadow. We don't know. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. And then honestly, going forward, I feel like we're gonna slowly transition into summertime vlogs, which are just kind of a bunch of different things. And I don't even know if I'll be uploading on a weekly basis during the summer, but we'll talk about that later. So anyway, I've been talking for a long time. Rough Monday. Hope you're having a good day. I might see you tomorrow, but I also might not. I don't know. Hello, it is Wednesday. I think it's close to 3 o'clock. And once again, I'm at home. I had to take another day off, which is making this a record-breaking month for me, because I've never taken so many days off during the course of 1 month. But I'll tell you why in just a second. Yesterday, I intended to just quickly check in before we went to Knott's, and then check in when we got back to let you know how it went, but I obviously didn't get a chance to do that. But it was good. Like, we left school after 8. We got back to school at about 7:15. I hadn't been to Knott's in years. And so that was nice. I thought I hadn't been since 4th grade, but then when we were there, I remembered I went a few years ago for, I think it was my goddaughter's birthday or something like that. But the kids in general were really good. They had the ability to roam around. They had to check in with us once midpoint of the day, and then when we were gonna load the bus, so they did well, no issues. So that was good. But obviously when I got home, I was tired. Went to bed, woke up this morning and was like, you can't go to work looking like this. So basically, my eyes have felt swollen and itchy since, I would say, Sunday is when I really started noticing it. And I had been talking to Taylor about it quite a bit, and just thought it's probably something like maybe my skin is reacting to makeup, which doesn't make sense because I've been wearing the same makeup, but I thought it would just get better, and it hasn't been getting better. It hasn't necessarily been getting any worse. But this morning when I woke up, my eyes were really swollen. I guess it got worse in that regard. They were really swollen and really puffy, and I just couldn't work under those conditions because it's uncomfortable. But my eyes have been itching. My eyelids have been itching for the past few days. Around my eye, I feel like I have a little rash right here. My nose has been really dry, and that's been going on for weeks. So I stayed home, called my sister who's a nurse, asked her what should I do. She told me you need some Benadryl, try some eye drops, which I got. This morning I went to Walmart when I was supposed to be getting ready for work, and I've taken 2 rounds of that so far. I've been putting a cold compress on it. But then I called the advice nurse at Kaiser because I need this to be fixed. Like, I need to know what to do. And I FaceTimed my sister, and when she saw me on FaceTime, she was like, oh, you have a rash, which I didn't realize I had, or had convinced myself I didn't have until she saw it. And so she was like, you probably should call the doctor and see what they say. I called Kaiser. They want me to come in today. There were no appointments, so now I'm off to urgent care. So I will let you know how it goes. I obviously won't be checking in much there. I'm keeping my sunglasses on right now because my eyes are really just that bad. But yeah, I don't know what's going on, but I know we need to fix it. So that's my Wednesday so far. Oh, it's 2:28, it's not 3 o'clock. So I'll let you know what happened. I'm home now. It's after 4:30. Nothing really happened. I left. I got gas before I went to Kaiser, and I also stopped at Michael's because tomorrow's field day and I'm supposed to wear a red shirt, and I didn't have a red shirt, so I went to Michael's to get that because I'm like, when you go to urgent care, you could be there all day, and I didn't want to leave, and then Michael's was closed, and then I head over there. And I get there and find out they're no longer taking urgent care patients for the day. So when I got to the window, they said you can either go to the emergency room or you can come back tomorrow, make an appointment. And so I was like, I'm not gonna go to the emergency room for this because I don't have other symptoms like I'm not having any trouble breathing or my throat's not closing up. It really is just discomfort from whatever's irritating my eyes. So I made an appointment for tomorrow, which I guess is better because then maybe I'll be there not as long as I would have been today. So the appointment is actually tomorrow at 2:50. So the dilemma is I could go to work tomorrow and work most of the day. I would probably need someone to cover my class the last half hour or so, but it really is going to depend on how I feel. Like, it is uncomfortable to just have your eyelids in a perpetual state of like burn or itch, and then to have like little rash patches. So I'm just gonna continue to take rounds of Benadryl, do cold compress on my eyes, which is what my sister told me to do. She also suggested that I get a nasal spray because, like I said, my nose has been dry. I think I told you guys that too. So I drove from Kaiser, picked up some nasal spray, and now I'm home. I'm gonna lay down, get my little ice pack, and really hope for the best. I called Taylor and let her know what was going on. Luckily tomorrow, in terms of sub plans, I don't know if I told you guys, like, there were no sub plans. Today I couldn't do it. Tomorrow shouldn't be an issue if I need to call out because it's field day in the morning and then their picnic in the afternoon. So there's not a whole lot of sub planning that needs to be done. But we'll see. I might make sub plans just in case, because we're just all on standby. So that's the update. I know I'm not going to talk to you anymore today because I just want to lay down and try and fix the situation. So yeah, I guess I'll talk to you tomorrow and we'll find out what ends up happening when I do. Good evening. It's 7 o'clock on Wednesday. Update, I did end up staying home today, which I'm glad I did because I think I just really needed to just rest and focus on trying to get everything under control. I'm on camera right now, so I'm trying to be brave, but I'm definitely nowhere near as swollen in the eyes as I was and red. There's still a little bit of redness there, but not like yesterday. Like yesterday, you could barely see my eyes because my eyelids were like that swollen. And then I had a rash, and I still have it. It's just not as bad, like all here on the side there, my earlobes. And so that seems to be clearing up. I was able to go to the doctor today. Today I actually had an appointment at 2:50 since I wasn't able to get into urgent care, and he checked me out, asked me a series of questions, and based on my answers, he's like, I think you're just having an allergic reaction to something. And we couldn't identify it because I told him like nothing's really changed. I haven't tried anything new. I'm using the same makeup with the exception of for a few weeks, if not a couple months, I've been using a different concealer because the one that I liked, I don't know if I ever mentioned on here, but Too Faced no longer makes the concealer that I was using, so I tried something else. But I've been using that for a while, so I was like, I would think that I would break out right away if I was allergic to it. But he said sometimes the buildup of the chemical in your system or whatever is in there in your system can cause you to have a delayed reaction. So I do still need to figure out what it is. I'm probably gonna clean my makeup brushes tonight. Over the weekend, I'll probably get more new eyeliner and mascara just to be on the safe side and just kind of keep makeup light. So I wanted to be productive while I was home, but I wasn't. I checked some emails and stuff like that, but there's like a couple things I wanted to do, like scheduling next year's, what do you call it? Rallies. But I just don't have the energy. The Benadryl is just making me stay tired. I've taken 2 naps today. And when I felt bad about that, I was like, you're taking the day off because you're not 100% well, so give yourself a break. You can do that when you get back to school. So I'm just checking in right now. I'm getting ready to cook. I am mustering up the energy to do that because I'm even tired right now. I'm making this kale salad with pork from Green Chef. It looks like that in the picture. Why do I have 3 bags out? Let me put this back in here. But yeah, that's it. That's what I'm doing. Just checking in to give you an update and going back to work tomorrow. I'm not looking forward to it. It's a long day. The 8th grade dance is tomorrow, which means I'm supposed to be there all day. And hopefully between the medication and just in general, I have the energy to do that because I already missed field day today. Taylor handled that and I missed the picnic, something I've just never seen. And I guess this year wasn't the year for me to see that, maybe next year. So that's all. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Hello, it's Friday. It's just before 4 o'clock, like 3:45. I'm at home. I did teach today. No, I went to school today, but did I teach anything? No. In all honesty, like there's nothing left to do. So I really just kind of let the kids have free time. They played games, they hung out. I caught up on all the emails I missed while I was away. So I can't technically say that I taught. I'm home just to change clothes because today is the 8th grade dance from 5 to 7. And so I need to head back to school to help with that. But I had to come home to let Riley out to take some medication before I head over there and do that. I also had a parent meeting after school today that luckily went smoothly. The parent was initially just concerned about a grade their child received in my leadership class, but at the end of the day, we were all on the same page and he just needed some clarity as to how grades were assessed. So it's always nice when you have a meeting that could go one way or the other and it goes in a positive way and everybody's happy with the end result. And so that's good. So I'm just here. I'm not gonna talk for very long because I have to get this ironed and put on and head back over there. And yeah, as far as just my allergic reaction, I feel much better today. There's a slight itch on my left eye. I feel like the rash has gone down a little bit, and I think it might be the concealer. I don't remember if I said that yesterday, but I've tried a new concealer because the one that I liked I thought was discontinued. But the good news is I just happened to check Ulta last night to see if by chance they had it, and they did, so I have to pick that up today. I'm trying to show you the concealer that I think is the culprit of all of this. Let me put you down. In case you're wondering, I don't know for sure if this is what it is, but it could be. Oh my God. Did I throw it away? All right, here it is. I don't even know who this was by. That's sad. It says one size. I don't know. It says one size. This was recommended to me by someone at Sephora when I was looking for the original concealer that I've been using for a while, which is Too Faced, and I couldn't find the right shade for a long time. It was not online, it was not in stores, so I thought it was being discontinued, and out of desperation I looked last night and they had it. So I'm gonna pick that up today. And so today I put on a very light amount of makeup. I'm gonna buy a new mascara and eyeliner over the weekend. So I kind of risked it today and used the same one because it could have been that also. But what I normally, or I used to use before the Too Faced brand, was the MAC concealer. And the only reason I switched from this is because to refill this, like I have to go to a Macy's, or I have to go to Nordstrom, or I have to order it online, which is a pain. Also, a lot of product is wasted with this one because it's a pump and you cannot unscrew this top when you're down to the point where the pump won't dispense any more makeup, and that's annoying. So that's why I changed it. So the one that I'm picking up today is the Too Faced Super Coverage, I believe it's called, in Butterscotch. I'm gonna pick that up. So anyway, let me get myself changed and go. And I think when I come back from the dance, I will check in and close out the vlog for the week. All right, it is now after 8 o'clock, 8:15 exactly. I just got a notification that I got taken off the wait list so I can work out tomorrow morning. 8:15, the dance was over at 7. The dance. The only thing that made the dance challenging for the kids is the DJ that we had was not playing music that was anywhere near what they were listening or are listening to right now for a big portion of the dance. Like their dance was only a couple hours from 5 to 7, so they didn't have a whole lot of time, and food was provided and snacks, so they didn't have a ton of time at this dance. And so the nice thing is they came in, it was like a Hollywood night theme. It was nice to see some of the students that I have just all dressed up and looking nice. And when they came in, just even the adults were like, this music is very outdated, or like not music that you would play at an 8th grade dance. Like at one point, he was playing Taylor Swift, which just isn't the vibe for most of my kids or most 8th graders at my school. And there came a point where like almost all the kids that were there just left the NPR, which is where the dance was, and went outside to eat. And I'm like, that should be a sign as a DJ that this music is not going well. So kids were complaining to me, other teachers asking us to do something. We were like, we're trying. And then eventually we got to the point where he was able to take song suggestions and play those. And so by the end of it, it got better, but that was really like the last 30 to 40 minutes where the kids started to get into things. So I just feel bad that they didn't get to have more time. Like by the time they were really into it and having fun, the dance was pretty much over. So that was my first time seeing an 8th grade dance. Check that off the list. And then we had to clean up. That took about an hour or so, and then I got home. So I'm here, I'm getting ready to eat dinner and probably fall asleep very soon. So, oh, and I also picked up my concealer before. So the one, let me put you guys down. This is the one that I have been using for a long time that I really like, that I couldn't find. It is, I think I've shown this before, Too Faced, Born This Way, Super Coverage Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. when it looks like this, and I really like it, so thank God it doesn't seem like it's discontinued. It was just out of stock almost everywhere for a long time. So I picked that up. I really should have bought two now that I think about it. I might buy another one in a day or so. But this is the one that I needed, so I picked that up before I headed over because I had ordered it online for pickup and I didn't want them to put it back. So yeah, that's it. That's been my week. A little bit of, did I teach anything? I don't even think I really taught anything this week. Just 8th grade activities, dealing with medical issues unexpectedly. And that pretty much sums up what I did. Next week is our absolute last week of school. Today was my last Friday. We get out next Thursday, and then I'm on summer break, thank the high heavens. So yeah, I'm gonna close it here for the week. If you enjoyed this vlog, give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, please make sure you do subscribe, because like I said, I believe going forward into the summer, I don't know how consistent the uploads will be. I would be surprised if I uploaded weekly and if I followed some particular schedule, because summer is just kind of summer, and I get to a point where I'm just showing you guys, where I feel like I'm showing you guys the same thing over and over, and I don't find it to be that interesting. If you guys enjoyed the summer vlogs where I was doing a lot of just randomness and a lot of nothing, let me know and I can consider continuing to do that. But I don't want to bore you, so you can let me know how you feel about summer vlogs in the comments. I don't have a lot of plans. I have summer school, I'm going on a work conference, and then aside from that, I don't know what I'm doing with myself. So let me know. But definitely subscribe, turn on the notification bell. If you're not following me on Instagram, head over there. If you're not following me on TikTok and you want to see like the lighter side of things and more fun, follow me there under the same name, Smarty Style. And as always, I hope that you guys are well, and if you're not well, please be well, and I will see you in the next vlog. Bye.